This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source for games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com, here with another matchup with Devotion to Rakdos. No, we'd not like to mulligan this. It has the Guild Gates, it has a return, it has Underworld Cerberus, Watery Grave. Have not a clue what we're up against here, but we pretty much have our bases covered. I'm loving that mountain. Now what we need to see is a shrine, and then we are golden because this Rakdos returned us so much. I'm thinking this is going to be Esper control. So I'm going to go ahead and just chuck out this Rakdos Shred Freak. And it's most likely going to, unless there's a Devour Flesh, it's most likely going to be able to do 2 damage here. Good news is he has no way to exile cards if he doesn't have a white source. If this is just a blue-black deck, he misses land drop too, so this is definitely going to be in my favor. Another Rakdos' return is going to be awesome. I think I just Frostburn Weird here. I can't go Burning Tree and Frostburn Weird, so again we'll just attack in with our Shred Freak, get him down to a 16, and see if Mr. Weird gets countered here. An mainboarded Essence Scatter? No, it does not. Again, I have no clue what I'm up against. I could be up against Mono Blue here. If it is Mono Blue, he's in terrible shape. Especially if we draw into a Shrine here. Alright, so cleanup phase. He's got to clean up a Jace. Again, I have no clue. This is most likely Esper. Could be Mono Blue, Splash Black. Boros Reckoner, that's great. Another awesome card if we get a Shrine. I'll just do 3. And we'll go ahead and Boros Reckoner. And this way, he's got to be proactive with the Detention Sphere if he draws into a land. So again, nothing. I can see a scoop here. He went 4 turns without drawing a land. Kept a risky 2-land. 2-land hand's usually not too risky. This looks like it's actually going to be a mill deck. And I don't know, mill deck could actually do pretty decent versus me. So I draw into the Blood Crypt here. And we will shock ourselves. And I can actually go Burning Tree Emissary and Fanatic Amogus. And this should be a wrap because I think that will do enough damage unless he somehow has an Essence Scatter. I mean, this should be plenty of damage. Yep. So, again, I don't really know what I'm up against. Pilfer Plan just puts the top 2. Looks like a mill deck. And I haven't played against a mill deck on MTGO in ages, so this should be fun. Of course, the best thing to be putting in versus mill deck is anything very aggressive. I did see Jaces, and I'm thinking the other Jaces in there, so I'm going to go Dreadbores over Mizium Orders, and I will bring them in. Stuff like Magma Jet's kind of terrible. Perforos is okay. Chant of Pyromaster I love versus Control. Read the Bones, not necessary. Hammer Perforos is still good. I don't think Perforos himself needs to come in. Rakdos' return is an all-star. Frostburn Weird is really slow, so we don't need Frostburn Weird. And 2 more cards. Maybe these... I mean, Underworld Cerberus is just awesome, because if he is milling us, that's more to our advantage. Boros Reckoner, I hate to take out of any sort of Devotion deck because it adds 3 Devotion, but it just is... It could be Doomblade fodder, which I do think he's going to bring in tons of them. So I'm actually going to take them all out and actually bring in... Like, Temerit something I can actually... I'm going to bring in a Perforos and a Temerit. And they're both cards that I can actually see doing very well in this matchup. So I'm going to submit this away, again on the play. And I think he's going to have cards like Warped Physique. So he does have answer for the Spike Jester. I don't have a Spike Jester, but this is a pretty aggressive hand. We can go turn 2 Rakdos Shred Freak again. So it does look like it is going to be an Esper mill deck. Because Pilfer Plans, maybe he just likes Pilfer Plans over Divination. But... does Pilfer Plan draw 2 cards is the thing? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Or does it only draw... Yeah, it does. Draw 2 cards and put the top 2? Geez, I don't even know what Pilfer Plans does. That's the sad part. So it's going to be Esper control. Didn't get to see... All I saw was a Jace. Now he's stuck on blue, though, so that's good for me. I'm going to get in at least for 2 damage before... Elixir of Immortality. Alright, this is actually better. It's going to allow me to get in for an Ash Zealot. And let's see, again, he could have Last Breath. This is, I wanted to play the Ash Zealot there because if he does have a Doomblade, he'll have to use the Doomblade on the Ash Zealot, and then I'll still have a Haster that can actually do damage, be immune to the Doomblade. We'll see. Underworld Cerberus is going to be a great card. I will burn myself here, but I will attack first. See if Ash Zealot gets put on top of my library. He does not. So I'm going to go Burning Tree Emissary. Into a... I should have done Rakdos Shred Freak there, but I'm going to just go into a Timerit. And hold back the Shred Freak for... And he can't even... Yeah, he could have syncopated for 2 there. Alright, so we got Timerit that can continue to come back, sack creatures in the future. He's just going to go ahead and sacrifice his Elixir right now. Pretty expensive Fog, basically, is what that ends up being. Because, I mean, he could Supreme Verdict here. That will be bad for me. But I will have, like I said, a Shred Freak here. Spike Gesture is even better than a Shred Freak. And he's still down to a 16. Got to answer that Spike Gesture. I've got Rakdos' Return for late game when I get a ton of mana, and it kind of negates his Sphinx's Revelations. Eventually, I hope to be getting these cards back with the Underworld Cerberus. So we will go ahead and just Shred Freak. That's what's so great about everything that's haste, is it's all doing damage here. And it's making him be proactive. It's making him use cards on his turn, like Detention Spheres, to answer these sort of things. So again, all these cards, Fnatic Amogus can come out next turn. I'm hoping he just like drops a Jace, and that way I can just... Okay, another Hero's Downfall. That allows me to either put out a Fnatic Amogus, or again, I think I just Ash Zealot here. Well, we could Rakdos' Return. I think Ash Zealot's the right play. And now I'm kind of wanting those Immortal Servitudes, because look at that. I had to get back a gazillion guys. Down to a 12. Again, he's got to be proactive on... Well, he doesn't have to be. I don't know why he's just throwing those Heroes Downfalls on his turn. So there's a Shrine. I'm going to attack in here with the Ash Zealot. Make him spend his mana if he has any. And if not, it's just going to be Fnatic Amogus. And that way, if he counters it, there's a way I can get it back with the Underworld Cerberus. Now, Syncope, Sphinx's Revelation, that's fine because Rakdos' Return is definitely going to negate that. See if he Supreme Verdicts again, he's got to be proactive on his turn. And then I hopefully just Rakdos' Return most of his stuff out of his hand. And, I mean, I kind of don't want to just run out of Underworld Cerberus because of Detention Sphere. Well, that... Okay, so now Detention Sphere on my Fnatic Amogus. Okay. Burning Tree Emissary would be the best card in the world to draw into. Elixir of Mortality. This basically guarantees another land or a Burning Tree Emissary would be awesome. It's going to be another Underworld Cerberus. I am just going to Rakdos' Return in for 3. I think that is definitely better than running out of Underworld Cerberus. Gets rid of Detention Sphere and Azorius Charm. So I wonder what he's holding up in his hand. I mean, these elixirs are annoying. He's going to be back up to a 9. He's got to leave 2 mana for it though, and at least I get rid of those Detention Spheres. So I'm glad I didn't run out Underworld Cerberus. It would have just got desphered. And if this guy can actually hit play, then, I mean, this is going to be a ton of card advantage. Sphinx's Revelation again for 2. All right. 2 more cards. But, I mean, he's got to be able to answer that. Underworld Cerberus and a Supreme Verdict is not an answer. And with 3 Detention Spheres down, he's got to be the luckiest guy in the world if he's got that 4th in his hand. Devour Flesh, Hero's Downfall, all those are terrible. Azorius Charm is an answer for the Underworld Cerberus. Thing is, with the Timerid is I can actually kill my own Underworld Cerberus. Here. If he tries to Azorius Charm it. Oh, geez. Okay, so I'm actually going to shock myself here. I'm going to attack in with both of these, forcing him to use that elixir. And that'll give me free range for a Chandra's Pyromaster. So he's going to Azorius Charm. Yep, this is going to be Timerid on Underworld Cerberus. I get everything back. Which a Burning Tree Emissary is in there. And he's going to Elixir again. No, he's going to Devour Flesh. Which means I get back that Ash Zealot as well. He should have just waited till that. Yeah. Anyway, that does help. Can't Elixir of Immortality here, but I mean, we can still... Oops, combat phase still. You know what? I think it's actually going to be a Chandra Pyromaster. And that way he's got to deal with her. And again, Detention Sphere is the only way I know, or Hero's Downfall. I do know that he has those in his deck, but it's going to spend mana. I mean, he's got an Elixir Immortality eventually here. We got double Ash Zealots. We got a Shrine of Nyx that is online and ready to fire off. So, and that's even, okay, so we're going to Burning Tree Emissary here. I'm actually going to +0 here to see if I get a land. Oops, maybe I want to look at my exiled. Oh, we'll play that. That was a great +0. And we can Ash Zealot. That'll add some more. And again, we can can't quite Ash Zealot again. We don't have enough mana, but we can actually tap this for a lot of red, which will equal another, well, will equal a Timerid. No, we'll go for the Spike Jester, Shred Freak, Shred Freak. So Spike Jester, Ash Zealot, Shred Freak, Shred Freak. See, that was almost like an Immortal Servitude. We'll attack in with everything, making him burn that Elixir Immortality. Which does shuffle in a lot of pertinent cards, but that's still 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's got to Hero's Downfall. What are we going to do with 4 mana? Sphinx's Revelation up to 9. He's still dead. So I still do enough damage to take him out. Yep, so that's it. There we go. So Esper Control, not too shabby. I don't know what the main board Elixir of Immortalities are for. I mean, I guess it is life gain, but I'd rather have something that even stabilizes. Anything that stabilizes in there helps him stabilize again against an aggressive match like my deck. I don't know why he either brought those in or yeah, not too sure about that. Anyway, so awesome. I think this deck does very well, as you saw. I think the Underworld Cerberus was a pretty cool interaction we saw in this game. Definitely worked against Esper Control. This has been Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.